I was in situations where when I stopped believing, or when I thought the universe isn't watching or it's not supporting me, something would always happen that showed me, yes, you fucking are supported.
1, 2, 3.
What's up, my beautiful, sexy, bad bitch gang? It's your favorite YouTuber, the spiritual bad bitch. We are back with another manifesting video. I've had so many people DM me like, bitch, can you please make manifesting videos? You know I only talk about shit when I feel inspired and when I have a personal story to share. And holy shit, I have something to share with you that's really gonna make you believe in your manifestation. It's really gonna make you see the power of the universe, the power of surrendering, the power of believing even when you feel like shit, okay? Because this story is also kind of, to me, proving that, bitch, you don't have to be in a high frequency all the time to manifest your dreams or to manifest miracles. Because hold on, all right, this story is juicy. You are capable of manifesting all the things that you want. You are worthy of having those things, and there's no reason why you shouldn't get those things. Okay, let me get into the story now. Oh my god, where do I start? So the past few weeks, if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, I've kind of been grieving a breakup. I don't really want to go into that. I feel like that's gonna be a whole ass YouTube video at some point. I've almost been crying every day. I'm only like feeling good again now, hence why I'm recording, but I've seriously like been going through it. The thing with me, when I go through a breakup or when I'm going through something in life, it almost feels like I can't just feel like shit for 1 or 2 days. I'm somebody, I really spiral into like deep negativity and depression. I know I come across on my platform like I'm so confident and I'm always happy, but that's not the truth. I have these situations in my life where it really makes me question my self-worth, and it really makes me ask myself if the universe is even real. Sometimes when I'm going through shit, I'm like, how is this for my highest good, you know? And this is what I always talk about on my channel, that everything that happens to you is happening for your highest good, even if you can't see it. And this story will make you see this. So I've been going through shit, basically. I uploaded a video to my YouTube that was called How to Be Sexy, which I had to re-upload because it got taken down. I was basically sitting in a restaurant 2 days ago with a friend of mine here in Bali, and I check my phone and I see this email from YouTube, and dude, it triggered me so fucking much. I broke into tears and was like, I am overwhelmed. What happens to me when shit hits the fan is sometimes it will trigger the self-worth stories in me around that I'm not good enough and that nothing good ever happens to me. I can really enter an ungrateful energy when I'm going through these kind of things. And I break down crying. I thought that I was doing okay with this whole breakup situation in my life, but that moment was a huge trigger for me as well to say, well shit, actually I'm not doing good, and I've been working every day and trying to avoid the feelings that this breakup has brought up in me, like my fear of loneliness, my lack of self-worth sometimes, my fears of not being good enough, my fears of never being loved for who I am, you know, all these things that we have inside of us. I'm crying to my friends about this, and then this is where the miracle happens. I look up while I'm crying, and I'm sitting in a really fancy restaurant by the beach, and I see this super famous influencer guy. I'm not sure if I want to say who it is. He's got like millions of followers, and there was a lot of controversy around this guy because of some stuff that happened with female influencers that he's dated in the past. You know what, I'm gonna tell you who the celebrity is because it doesn't fucking matter anyways. So the celebrity is Jay Alvarez. I mean, some of you might not know him. I think the younger generation will probably know who he is. I've known who he is for years, but I look up and I see this dude. I'm in the middle of crying, right? And I look at him, he's sitting at this table that's like further away. And I say to my friend, dude, is that Jay Alvarez? And my friend goes, who the fuck is Jay Alvarez? And I'm like, dude, it's this surfer influencer guy. And then she's looking him up on Google. She goes, but this guy has tattoos, and I don't know if that guy has tattoos. And his arms were under the table, so I had no idea if it really was him. But my intuition was saying, dude, that's fucking Jay Alvarez. And he lifts his arms from the table and I see it's the identical tattoos. Confirmation, yes, that was fucking Jay Alvarez. But wait, because the story gets even fucking better. So I'm literally starstruck in that moment. I mean, you know, you see somebody who has like a following, I think it's natural for us to go into starstruck mode. So I'm like freaking out, not only because I see him, but also because it felt like I was being seen by the universe in that moment. And now don't think that I necessarily manifested this situation. Like, I had no idea that Jay Alvarez was even in Bali. I don't follow him, I don't know anything really about him, but I knew of him, and it felt in that moment like I am being watched by the universe and I am being guided. I need to continue with this story to make you realize that when shit stuff happens in our life, there's always the other side of the coin where something really good happens. And I've had this confirmed like countless times right now in the past few weeks. I'm gonna give you more examples, but what happens in this story, right? So I end up getting up and going to the bathroom, and I was really not dressed up at all. My hair was looking messy. I was in a fancy ass restaurant with a freaking t-shirt that was tied here and a pair of jeans shorts that were actually too big on me. But I walked to the bathroom and my friend says to me that apparently he was like looking at me when I went to the bathroom. And you know what? Like, I don't know if it's fully the truth. I don't know if he even was looking at me or if that's just what my friend perceived. But you know what? This is a moment where you need to decide when you hear these things to be delusional and to tell yourself positive stories. Because then, regardless of what the truth is, of whether he actually was staring at me or not, I mean, if he was, how can I blame him? I'm a bad bitch. Of course he's gonna look at me because I'm a bad bitch. But even if he wasn't, it's like, I'm gonna choose to tell myself that and let it reaffirm the fact that I see myself as a star. I look at myself and I'm like, well, yeah, he was looking at me because I radiate a very unapologetic, authentic, and confident energy. But now wait for it, okay? My friend, I'm talking to her, and it was obviously right after I started crying, and she goes to me, dude, this is proof from the universe that you have so much to be grateful for. You're sitting here crying about a guy that you just had a breakup with and about how like unfortunate your life is and how things aren't working out, but yet this is proof that the universe is listening to you, and it literally put this in your path to show you this is how fast you can manifest an opportunity. And I know you're thinking right now, oh, that's just something that would happen to me and it's not something that would ever happen to you. But you need to stop that shit, because you need to recognize that if you're watching my videos and you like who I am, it's because you have something that I have in myself. You are just as much universe as I am. You can create just as much magic as I can. So let this be your sign, if you're watching my video, that this is not just something that's gonna happen to me. Decide that this can be your reality too. I wasn't even asking the universe to manifest any kind of miracle. It just happened, but it was an example that made me feel so seen. Now let me get to actual manifestation though, because when this happened, I said to my friend, dude, I really want to talk to him. Like, this is a great opportunity, you know, to speak to him and just connect. My friend goes, I wouldn't do it in this kind of energy, because if you're gonna approach somebody as a fan, then they're gonna treat you like a fan. And it's about this whole pedestal thing. If you want to be friends with people who on some level you think in your head that they're on a pedestal, you need to first work on removing them off the pedestal and putting yourself on the same level. May that be with affirmations or the stories you decide to tell yourself or journaling or whatever the case may be. You need to look at yourself as an equal to that person. And she was so right when she said this, and I realized, okay, that's true. So I'm like, so what do we do? And she says, well, we just manifest to see him again somewhere. And I really didn't think much of it because I don't really know much about him. I just know of him. Yes, I was starstruck kind of when I saw him, but it's like I fully trust in my path, and I fully trust if my path is meant to align with his in some way, then that's just what's gonna happen. Then I don't need to do anything or exert any kind of force in order for that to happen. I feel like with manifestation, we sometimes get it twisted where we try to act like we know what is best for us. And often we want to manifest something because we think it's going to make us feel good, or we think it's going to make us happy. But why not manifest opportunities that are aligned with us, and situations that make us believe in miracles and magic? And yes, it's okay to have desires, don't get me wrong. There's definitely a lot of celebrities that I intentionally would like to manifest and meet, but I also understand on some level that in order to really live the best kind of life, it's not by getting overly attached to these manifestations, and it's just about recognizing that if it's meant to be in my path, it will, you know? Stop stressing about it and just surrender. But now, let me get back to the story. So what happened was we agreed, yeah, if we're meant to see him again, like, we will. I wasn't even trying to intentionally manifest. A part of me almost felt like, I don't really care if I see him again. If it happens again, cool. But literally the next day, the same friends that I went out with the night that I saw him, we're sort of texting about what place to go eat at in a restaurant. And I'm telling her, oh, let's go to this place called Mason's. And then she's checking the reservations and it's fully booked. So she goes, nah, let's go to this other place, but I'm not really feeling these other places. And then I say to her, you know what, let's just go to Mason's and pray that there's gonna be a table, and if there's not, we just end up driving to this French restaurant that we agreed on, like having that plan B. And we end up showing up to Mason's like quite late in the evening. I end up manifesting that there's gonna be a table for us. There is a table for us, and guess what happens when the waiter comes and she's trying to get us to go to the tables? The same motherfucking moment that we are standing by the reception, Jay Alvarez walks in again with a friend of his, and he's standing right behind me. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on, universe? Like, I wasn't even trying, and I'm literally walking into the restaurant at the same time, the restaurant that we didn't think was gonna have any spots, but then it did, and then he's standing right behind me. So we get led to the table. I'm sitting down, I'm talking to my friend, I'm like, what is going on? And she's laughing her ass off, and she goes, I kind of knew that this was gonna happen. I'm thinking to myself, I believed very much that it could. I do believe in miracles, and I do believe in the universe, and I do believe that when something is meant, it just is, and it's gonna happen very effortlessly. But it still is shocking, you know? This is why I love to talk about manifestation, because I am still as excited about it as I was on day one. Because every time something happens that I speak about, I'm like, wow, I feel so seen. To me, it's not even about seeing Jay Alvarez or desperately wanting to connect with him now, because like I said, if it's meant to be, it will be. It just made me feel that all these stories I'm telling myself in my head around my self-worth and how good things don't happen to me and I am gonna lose my success and all of this bullshit that my ego is just chatting the whole time. I feel like many people can probably relate with this and the fears that come up in our minds. But I always say this, fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not the truth. It's time for us to start counting our blessings and recognize that the universe is on our side, and it's always making bomb ass shit come into our life that makes us see like, wow, I am being watched, I am being supported. This situation really made me feel like you fucking see me, and it made me feel not lonely, because I thought to myself, you're actually hearing me, you actually do listen. And as much as you feel like the universe is not, trust me, it is. And if you struggle to believe this, literally ask the universe for a sign. Ask the universe, hey, I just saw Anila Sita's video and I want to manifest something like that. I want to manifest to attract a miracle. Please, can you do the same thing for me? Can you show me a situation that makes me believe that you are watching over me? And it will come to you. Another time that this happened to me was when I was in the midst of this whole breakup situation. I was crying 4 times a day, feeling absolutely miserable. I had a YouTuber who I really look up to post a video of mine on her story. I didn't even know that she was subscribed to my channel and was following me on TikTok, because when we are so wrapped up in our self-worth stories around how shit we are and how much good stuff doesn't happen to us and how much people don't like us, that reality will be affirmed in our physical worlds. But if we really opened our eyes. We can see that there's a lot more supports than we think. And that situation also made me see, like, dude, seriously, stop telling yourself that shit isn't working out for your highest good, when literally the moment you're going through a breakup, you see this YouTuber that you look up to post you on her story. She's been supporting you all along, but you were way too caught up in your shit to even recognize that you are supported. And I know it's so easy for me to say this kind of stuff, and you're thinking to yourself, but you're a YouTuber, like, of course this is gonna happen to you. Recognize that you wouldn't be watching my videos if this wasn't a message that you needed to hear. It doesn't matter where I'm at. I've had these kind of things happen in my past all the time. I was in situations where when I stopped believing, or when I thought the universe isn't watching or it's not supporting me, something would always happen that showed me, yes, you fucking are supported, even when I didn't have an audience. So it's got nothing to do with me having an audience. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it made you believe in yourself and your manifestations, and I'm sending you so much love and light and healing.